My name is Delina Patrice Brooks. I am a writer, performing artist, producer, and this has been my journey as a dancer. But before moving forward, we have to go back. When I was really young, I knew what addiction looked like. I knew what it smelled like. I knew what violence sounded like. And I know now that at that time, in trying to manage those things that my young self was experiencing, that I too had developed ways to numb. I didn't quite have the emotional maturity yet to deal with what I was seeing and hearing and feeling. So I started drinking too. And I started really young, at about 11, 12 years old. And I didn't quite know how to smoke weed at the time, but I knew how to smoke until I passed out. I knew how to drink until I passed out. I knew how to intoxicate, to black out, and to numb so that I didn't have to feel anything. And going dark was kind of the best way that I knew how to manage. So I remember a time when I was 14 and my best friend was turning 16, and she had a house party and her aunts bought us hella alcohol. So we had Cisco, we had Mad Dog, we had Bumpy Face Gin, we had tequila, we also had drugs, we also had ecstasy and mushrooms and weed, we had everything. And beyond that, we had the green light from adults who were like, go, happy birthday, this is how you celebrate. And I remember toward the end of the night, everybody was toe up, falling all over the place, sloppy, and I had stumbled my way into the bedroom, and I was passed out on my stomach but still lucid, and my best friend runs through the door and she starts punching me in my leg. She's like, "Are you kidding me? You're passed out? This is my birthday. Wake up, you have to get up." And I was cognizant, I knew what was happening, but I couldn't feel her punches because, again, I had allowed my whole body to go numb. And that was one of many experiences that I can recall that I had put myself in the way of potential danger. And I look back at that time and I just realized how lucky I am. I have a lot of friends. I know a lot of people who didn't make it. I think that experience changes us. I think it grows us if we allow it to, and I was ready for something better. And to say that African dance changed the course of my life is really an understatement. I often tell the story of being called by the drum. I was at San Francisco State in like 97, 98, and I was walking through the halls of the gym building and heard the drums. I just heard drums playing. And I looked at my friend who I was with and I said, "I'll be right back." And I followed the sound and walked into a dance class where all these women, these beautiful Black women, were dancing to live drums. There was so much life in the room. So I was called by the drum, but I was attracted to the light. waited until the class was over. I just waited there, stuck and stunned and wanting to be a part of that. And at the end of class, I approached the teacher, who I found out was Malonga Cascalord, and I asked if I could take his class next week. And he said, no, but you can take it every week. And so I said, oh, okay. Like, I learned very quickly that it was important to him that his students studied and they practiced this tradition, and not that they just had a toe in. And that's what ended up happening for me. He introduced me to the Alice Art Center. He was shocked that I didn't know what that was. But I'm from the city, and you know, back in the day, we didn't really cross the bridge. And I found my reason to come to Oakland, to cross the bridge multiple times a week. And within a short period of time, I moved to Oakland. I needed to be as close to this place that fed me, that nourished me, at a time that I didn't even realize that I was hungry. I was kind of rediscovering myself, really. That energy that I was carrying around that was really toxic, that was really, you know, it was sadness and anxiety, and again, like things that I just hadn't learned up to that point to manage. I was able to shake that energy up and turn it into something that was useful for me, something that felt like it was giving me life, right? And not destroying me. In no time, I had discovered all of the other traditional and diasporic classes there, Haitian class, Ghanaian class, Senegalese dance class, and dance made me come alive. I didn't even really understand what community was until I moved to Oakland. And this was the first place where I felt like, oh, I'm with a group of people, multiple groups of people, and we're doing something that's good for us. Suddenly, everything else that I was doing that wasn't life-giving just fell away. And the trajectory of my life completely shifted, like into a light. I had no idea at that time who I might become. I became a writer, I became a performing artist, a world traveler. Like, my whole life just opened up. In excelsis Dei. Oh. One thing that I know without a shadow of a doubt is that my steady and consistent practice, just going to classes like people go to church, that is the thing that allowed me to become a bigger and wider expression of myself. And so I thank God for Malonga Cascalord, you know, rest his soul, to Alseni Suma, to Nabi Bengora, to all of my teachers who were put on my path to reintroduce me to myself.